What's up? What's up? I don't know what's going on with my profile pictures looking extra small right now. We're going to be talking about the topic that's usually of a discussion is gang stalking, but this is gang stalking 3D. Actually, gang stalking 4D. Let me get kind of the studio set is like how I like to call it here. So here's the deal, guys. We're going to be talking about gang stalking and the mind control element of coming onto YouTube. We discussed this before. Learning about gang stalking and then believing that everyone's a gang stalker, where that completely changes who you are and your timeline. Okay. So your name is John Smith. You're going to do XYZ 1, 2, 3. And you learn about gang stalking on YouTube. Now you're paranoid. Now you're making false accusations. And I actually meant to make this live stream a different title because I want to talk about the whole wallpaper incident yesterday. So after further research and examination, that looks like some natural stuff. But because I'm a victim of targeting, and again, the break-ins haven't really happened, or really like I've seen some scratches on my car, but again, I think that's actually natural stuff. And my other vehicle hasn't been touched in a long time too. Okay, so yeah, I'm a little paranoid about things. So this is what I was going to name the title of the live stream is and this is stuff you see in alternative homesteading, but these people that talk about this stuff, they never retract their mistakes. Like Abe came in here with a sock account making fun of me because I made a mistake, but he was the one that pointed at a fucking electric pole and thought it was giving him directed energy when I see that same electric cylinder, little mini electric pole everywhere I go in different parts of the country, and it's just not that. But he made a mistake, but he'll make it seem like, and this is why I fucking beef with the guy, is if I make a mistake, he'll make it seem like I'm some type of psyop perp, and then you go to his channel, so you discard everything I say, you run to his misinformation intelligence officer channel, and he's been doing this for 3-4 years, so that's why I'm gonna keep bringing you up. You're a fucking perp. But so yeah, I made a mistake on that, but that is stuff that fucking happens. But that's also, you can call it mental illness, you can call it paranoia, you can call it misremembering shit. But I actually do that to show you my thought process because all of that stuff, I keep that stuff off of the channel. All of that questionable stuff that can't be proven, that stuff that didn't fucking happen. Okay. So yeah, I've put up, especially in 2021, but I always took it down. Okay. So I make mistakes on the channel, but you don't hear me mentioning car scratches, even though my car has been scratched, but that could be natural. It's most likely. There's a pattern how they do it. There are people that fucking vandalize your shit. It just doesn't happen the whole fucking targeting, apparently. Okay. They want you to think, and I was part of this. I wouldn't say I was a willing participant. I think some of the people that come online aren't putting out misinformation on purpose. Like they're really going through a tough time and they're making mistakes. So other people do it too. I've done it. I'm the only honest one that comes on. And I try to make it as accurate as possible. Everyone else just fucking says everything is gang stalking, but no one criticizes them when they just say everything's gang stalking. So egg on my face, I made a mistake. But what the perps try to do, if you make a mistake as a target, and that doesn't have to do with me. I've seen them do it to other people. Oh, their whole testimony. See, he's lying. They do all this fucking theatrical shit. Like they just sit dormant. This is what these perps do. This is, I'm going to tell you who these perps are, and it's multiple people. Okay. You're going to start sniffing these people out. Okay, first of all, they're targeted, but they're not responsible for working. Bills are always paid. They're always set. They always say everything is gang stalking and they're targeting, but they always deny other people's gang stalking. Okay, so they'll say outlandish shit that you don't agree with, but you can't say anything because you weren't there. So you can't really question somebody. You can't be an expert in someone's life when you don't, even if when they say ridiculous shit. You cannot believe it, but you can't fucking be like, I'm the expert that didn't happen in that guy's life. See, absent-minded Abe has fucking alluded to just basically being a part of my fucking harassment. Like, there's a fucking concentrated diet. And I think Immaterial Man was here to gang stalk. Like, these perps be gang stalking each other. Okay, there's some weird shit going on where these perps actually gang stalk each other or some weird shit. Because I think Immaterial Man was here to teach absent-minded Abe a lesson. That's not to be mistaken with what I'm doing here. Hey, dude, this is personal. When I go through a targeting and I have a fucking like a little intelligence officer fucking that just sits dormant like a little weasel, like plays possum, and then just his channel comes alive to discredit me. Then it goes back. He's like Frankenstein. Like, yeah, dude, I take that shit personal because you're telling me I'm not targeted. Now, if he's not an intelligence officer or perp, maybe he is a TI. Okay, I always say that, but I'm just telling you from my experience, from what I've seen with my own two eyes, been on it for 5 years. It's like there's certain people that have insider information. He does a good job of he's either a real TI or he's hiding it. Like, he knows how to hide stuff, but no, he's alluded to having insider information. I mean, there's people that fucking perped him too. So I don't know if there's some deal where these people perp each other because they're part of different factions, they're part of different like agencies and different factions on here. Because I honestly do think that YouTube is a breeding ground, the gang stalking algorithm, for like cult activity, law enforcement. Like, it's just a breeding. It's like a psyop breeding ground here. Um, you know, good, not even good, but real TIs are just very hard, few in between. Like, you have people like Scott Schnitzer, you have people like Nathaniel Seals, you have people like I forget his name. Fuck. There's these like people that are like mentally health crisis actors. Like, they're on here pretending to be crazy. I'm telling you. Like, they're on here to pretending to be crazy to discourage you from like putting your testimony, to make it look like, oh, only crazy people talk about this. It's a small percentage of it. There's fucking tarot card reader, Eastern Stars. But let's get into the mind control aspect. Let's not get sidetracked because I'm not gonna be here all night. So let's get into it. It's my own fault here. It's a fucking it's a difficult topic to just stay focused on because there's so much going on. But I believe that and this stems from and again, I do this a lot. This is just a lot of this stuff is, I believe, has connections, and it's not just a crazy person ranting. Okay. So I want to talk about, this fucking Ed Hofer guy, fucking targeted Patton's brother. Now, I may be wrong, and I'll explain that later, but I'm gonna give you the facts from what I stand right now. I may be wrong, but this really happened. I made a post earlier where, I seen a couple comments. Like, comments, first of all, don't show up on my channel. So if you comment, a lot of the times I don't. I only see the troll comments, but I'll go into the YouTube studio and I'll see all these comments from regular people that just get shadow banned, basically. Okay. So if I don't respond, that's why. So fucking targeted Patton's brother, okay? We're gonna have a couple stories. Like, first and foremost, man, disclaimer, you know, I made a live stream about subversive awareness. I don't know if he's real or fake. I know he's hoaxing his gang stalking. He may be lonely, you know. That's the thing. Hey, I'm not here to judge. If someone I do believe sometimes, but the way he's doing it, there's something up, man. And this teaching people to fucking film everything and call everything gang stalking, that's part of this mind control cult activity. Okay. Like, being targeted Tony's a part of it. Like, all these people, man, all of these people that came in around me, and I know I was a part of it too, but I was sincerely going through a rough time, brainwashed through this shit like a sheep, thinking that I'm fighting something that doesn't fucking exist, aka the gang stalking program. Not to say that this shit isn't real or what you experience isn't real. There's many explanations. I don't think it's spiritual. I think it has to do with technology, surveillance, research, humans. I don't go into any demons or anything. Like, so here's the deal, guys. This guy targeted Patton's brother. Let's call him Ed. He's been trolling the community as a gang stalking troll. He's taken the place of Nick Indigo. What they do is there's always comedic element of trolling to the gang stalking targeted individual community, where it's like a professional grade comedy trolling with the profile pictures. I mean, we're not talking about the lame shit that absent-minded Abe does that fucking only he laughs at. And I'll be honest, I fucking suck at making troll accounts. Like, I just don't fucking have any passion to do it. Like, I'm not, it's just fucking stupid, to be honest. Like, I actually do leave comments on YouTubers' channels, and I get them to respond. Like, it's just not even fucking fun anymore. But like, actually trolling somebody long term with these long term strategies that these perps do, uh, like, I don't have the patience to do that. So what this guy did. So what we've seen in Hollywood so far, we've seen Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan die. Okay, I believe these are rituals. Like the Hulk Hogan ritual, I think is for Trump, to distract from Trump, and Hulk Hogan was at Trump's. Uh, he was part of the hoax of the Butler, Pennsylvania shooting, where the next day he had, like the next week, he had the Republican National Committee, and Hulk Hogan like ripped his shirt or some shit like that. So the whole thing was staged by WWF. Linda McMahon, like, it's a long story. Like the whole assassination, it was like partially staged by WWF choreography. So I believe the Hulk Hogan death was a sacrifice for Trump, a distraction. Uh, but Ozzy Osbourne dies, right? So Ozzy Osbourne dies 2 days ago. His nickname is the Prince of Darkness. Now Ed comes in with a fucking troll account 3 days ago, a day before the death, predicting Ozzy Osbourne's death. With the name Prince of Darkness. Now he could have changed his name after the fact, after he died, which is, that's what he's gonna say. So here's the listen. Sorry to distract. Here's a very, very important thing, because I go off into tangents. It's the main story. Ozzy Osbourne dies 2 days ago. Ed Hofer pretends to be Ozzy Osbourne in my post and leaves a comment uh in the Abe shoe when I made the fun of Abe's shoes or whatever, the Air Abes. So the next day that he pretends to be Ozzy Osbourne in my comment section, Ozzy Osbourne dies. So like, he's really dead, obviously, but this is part of mind control cult. Like Ed Hofer has done, he's the one that's the main sock account. It's not Abe, it's not Immaterial Man, it's not some random person. He has said things that has predicted, like he'll leave a comment and like it'll be something that happened in my real life later that day. Like he has done that shit, that he has insider information. Because someone that I know in North Carolina, I don't want to drop dimes here, he was high on fucking drugs and he accidentally fucking confessed something that could have either been nonsense or it could be the fucking key to this whole thing. So he was telling me he was high on drugs and he thought people, like, he worked at a pizza shop. He came in, he was normal, he was cool, but then I guess he was doing, like, I don't know what he was on, dude. Probably meth or something, but he was just tweaking out and paranoid, like, oh, they're coming after me, they're coming after me. He said, my girl, she showed me the headset. You put on the headset and you go into this world that's like a real world. It's just like this world. It's the same as this world. Like he was basically saying, like, there's a Facebook Meta headset thing where basically you go into a simulation that's exactly like this world. He's like, you can spend money. It's just like it's the same exact thing as this world. Blah 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 blah. Long story short, he ran into the woods high as fuck and like with a gun and like thought people were after him. Like he was completely saying gibberish. And I'm not trying to connect things that shouldn't be connected, but like that would be interesting if there's like a headset that these people put on, and I don't know. What if there was a headset you could put on and you're like an invisible thing that can, like, you're an invisible entity, like if you ever did the instant replay in Madden, like play Madden, do the instant replay. You know how the camera can freely move around and it's like an invisible camera. You can move up and down in the sky. You can lock in on players. You can freeze. But yeah, that's just a little off topic type of thing. But no, this Ed dude. So first and foremost, he was even worse than Nerve Gorilla. He hacked me. He's definitely a gang stalker. Like, I'm not just saying that like with a loose term. Like, this dude is being handled as an intelligence asset, as a hacker. What these people do, what law enforcement does, is they get people that are in trouble and they make them hackers to hack into people's networks and like know everything about them to get gang stalking started on them. So one of the things they want you to do, these mind control cults that pretend to be targeted individuals on YouTube, that I believe Ed Hofer is involved in, is they want you to show your face so they can get your facial biometrics. Like, obviously, yeah, if you're a TI, if you want to see someone's face, like you want to see what they look like, so you want to like don't think they're lying, so like showing your face here and there, whatever, I understand. But these people are adamant about showing their face in every single video. Like, when they make a video, they have to show their face. They want to encourage other people to show their face every video. Show your face. Like, are they really that obsessed with like their looks? Like, even let's use Targeted Patton as an example. Like, yeah, he's done a couple videos showing his face, but most of the time he's on a live stream. He's, talking in the background of the video. I feel like that's fucking normal, unless you're, showing some evidence or something for some reason, and you're like doing a selfie portrait with your live stream. I don't know. But, overall, unless you're a YouTuber, I'm the one that's I was supposed to be the big YouTuber out of the community. No, unless you're a fucking YouTuber and you're trying to like get clicks, why are you showing your face every single fucking video? Like, every fucking video. Like, we know what you look like. We're not interested in seeing your fucking face. We would like to see some gang stalking evidence, or at least hear about something that's gang stalking related. And I'm not talking about one specific person, but I'm noticing a pattern. It's like, show your face, show your face, show your face. It's like they want to jerk off to your fucking face, dude. It's like, what the fuck do you want? Yo, is my audio good? Can you guys hear me clearly? Mic check, mic check. Is the background noise too loud? Let me know in the comments. The audio is sucky. But so let me go over overall the synopsis of this live stream. YouTube, okay, gang stalking is real. Like, as far as we know, this is a slang term that we're using. Gang stalking as a slang term, okay? That's real. Now, what you learn about it is completely fucking fake. And it's meant to create a new reality. It's meant to mind control the target. Like, they are being harassed, and there's people that know about them and shit. But it's not everyone in the city. Do you see the difference between like a Mossad intelligence unit, maybe 12 people that have resources and like drones and fucking directed energy, maybe a little military contractor group, like a little 15 unit team that does contract to other people? Like, they do hire perps and cars to drive by. We're not saying they're not. That's a huge difference than everyone in the city hates you, and they're practicing synchronization drills at a gymnasium. That makes you sound fucking crazy. Thank you, Oceansides. I appreciate that, brother. Really do appreciate, because I have the fan going in the background. Like, I'm in a house now, but I don't know. I'm paranoid about certain things. So sometimes I see things on a wall, but I at least fucking analyze it. And the thing that makes me, whatever, quote unquote, mentally ill is that people call that a delusion, but I actually analyze it. I'm like, is someone really coming in? Now, because of gang stalking, listen up, people. If I never thought of gang stalking, yeah, I have little issues here and there. It's nothing like, I'm not a psycho. I'm not depressed. I don't have any major psychological issues, but I grew up in an American system, impoverished, bad environment. So I'm not perfect. But my thing is, I'll fucking see something and be like, wait, I'm pretty sure I remembered it was different. But I never had that until I learned about it from other TIs, because I was put under a mind control trance. And then people come online. I did a little of it by accident. Every TI does, okay? As long as you don't keep talking about things that are wrong for years and years and there's nothing you can do. You're going to get shit wrong. But the reason why I look at things at the wall, because first and foremost, yes, that doesn't take away from that story where one of my illegal immigrant neighbors was fucking blocking the entrance, and I honked at them. And you know, they really did have keys to my house, and they really did get a dustpan full of fucking dirt and hair and fucking all this shit and threw it in my fridge. And then someone the next like few days, some drunk little 5 foot Mexican, I was getting out of my car. He's like, "Why you yell? Why you do that? Why?" He like fucking grabbed me. I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" I don't know. He was drunk as hell. So he was basically, in my opinion, he's like, "Why the fuck were you honking at that guy?" And he was fucking telling me why, the like, basically intimidating me. So it really did happen. And then fucking immaterial man's fat, retarded, light skinned fucking loser ass came in and Stone Cold Steve O and's like, fuck you. Like, dude, that was a fucking traumatizing time. Like, that was a real thing that fucking happened. When I seen that shit happen, I like questioned my own reality. I didn't even want to think it was gang stalking. Like, they got a bathroom fucking fixture and fucking got an old one and replaced it to psychologically fuck with me, dude. They're called psychological break-ins, dude. That's what they're called. Where people do shit. Now, I'm not claiming, and this is what immaterial man, like, I look at something that's moved in my house and I'm like, they came in and did that. I've never done that. But yeah, since people actually came in and I'm paranoid from learning about it online, sometimes I make fucking mistakes, but I actually come on and fucking do the research. I put up cameras and I'll check the cameras. Oh, wait, no one came in. Oh, fuck, I was wrong. I'm a fucking retard. And I move on with my fucking life. Like, there's no people like Abe was like, you need medication. Like, dude, these people are fucking perps, dude. I would never even think like that if it wasn't for you mind control gang stalking cult members on the fucking YouTube. YouTube is a platform. You don't see it on it later TikTok has picked it up, but TikTok has a different version. But YouTube was an actual militarized mind control program to get the dissidents of America, people that are undesirables politically, people that aren't voting Democrat, Republican, that are way down on the political system because we refuse to vote. And, you know, they have no use for us. Like, they don't want to fucking take care of us. They're trying to screw us over. So they put you on some type of watch list. And yeah, there are some break-ins that happen. But when you learn online, is that you think of the break-ins are happen every second because you see the mind control people like alternative homesteading. Like, that bitch is fucking lying, but she is, dude, there's Abe is perping her. Okay. Abe is literally involved, like he was involved in my apartment gang stalking, in alternative homesteading's gang stalking. Okay. Like, I think he's an actual perp that gets hands on with TIs. Like, he's part of a unit. I'm not saying he's driving out to people's houses, but I think these he's like, he has cameras set up at people's houses, like the unit he's working for. So like he'll look at fucking, this is opinion. Okay, this is opinion. I'm just saying. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he's either a real TI or he's this deep into it where he's, I believe, involved with the units that are setting up the directed energy. Because I think it's a setup that gets set up at the fucking houses with the break-ins. So they do psychological break-ins where they do minor stuff so you're discredited. Like, this is a tactic that almost everyone fucking knows about when it comes to espionage. Okay, there's a fucking video of a lieutenant colonel from the army's wife from 1995 that talked about uh all the fucking secrets, like the Freemasons, the gay rich stuff they do in the military, like at the deep level. They call it shell backing when they fucking, it's like code names. And like, her husband was like a lieutenant colonel, but he said, oh, the Navy SEALs, they break into people's homes. They broke into my home and they got a permanent marker in all of my white blouses in my closet. They put a permanent marker dot on every single one. But if I were to call the police and say, oh, someone broke in and did that, they would call me crazy. She was saying that in 1995. This is the same stuff I'm talking about. Now, yeah, and I was paranoid where I was thinking it was happening more than it was. Okay. But they were doing it. At that last apartment, for sure, they were doing it. Abe was involved in it. He knew what license plate I had. Like, he didn't say he did, but he insinuated, oh, what, why is your license plate weird, man? Like, dude, I had normal license because I had multiple rental cars, right? So I was getting a new rental car every week or two. So all of them, I would check them because I'm paranoid about license plates. So I'm like, I want to make sure I'm not accidentally getting one, by chance. Just, not that I care that if I did, but I'm just saying, like, but I had one that was 49A, first three, 49A, and then use, the word use. So if I were to see that on the road, I'm like 49A use. Back in those days, I'd be like, that seems like a gang stalking license plate. So Abe comes on live stream and says, "Oh, why do you have that weird plate, man? Show us your plate. I'm sure you got one of these plates. You got one of these plates, man. Yeah, I'm sure." Like a day or two after I get that rental car, it's a Florida license plate that was 49A use, and it was like a Hyundai Sonata 2022. And on the back of that Hyundai, it said Streetsboro, Ohio, the dealership, whatever dealership, Streetsboro, Ohio. He comes on the next day. "Oh, yeah, me and my baby moms, we had to deal with the police in Streetsboro." And I have that saved. So I'm telling you, man, he has eyes on, he has a hatred for TIs. Okay. So he's not like one of these perps online. He has a fucking hatred for targeted individuals, and he has eyes on people's houses. So alternative homesteading, she posts a lot of bullshit. I get it. She posts trees and things, which, yeah, maybe the perps are doing it, but let's look at the fucking facts here. She has a neighbor that's screaming and yelling at her on video. She has on video a dead animal in her mailbox. Okay, her home mailbox is stuffed with dead animals, rotting dead animals, right? And then what else does she had? Apparently, I didn't see it. I don't see it. But all of this seems like, I'll be honest, it seems like it's like a Hollywood act, being honest with you. But why does Abe hate her so much? Okay. Why does he hate her so much? It's because he's a perp. He hates targets. Like, he's not like a normal perp that's just doing this for money. Like, he's fucking actually a crazy perp that hates TIs. Like, he literally hates TIs. The only ones he vouches for are fake targets, dude. White guys. Scott Schnitzer. Fucking Michael Barden, bro. Scott Schnitzer, bro. No, dude. Like, come on. Scott Schnitzer, the guy would never show you a fucking gang stalking video. I don't give a fuck what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the narcissist. And then he'll come on, "Oh, they're wearing black and red." It's all bullshit, bro. It's all distraction, mind control games that Abe is doing. That's why I fucking attack him. He plays the fucking best. He's one of the best actors at being a TI. Like, I believed he was a target for like 2 years. He's one of the best at just pretending. And he's a lying sack of shit. He accuses other people of lying, but he's like, "Oh, you can't run." Bro, I just posted a video of me running at 14 miles an hour. Like, if I train, I can hold that pace for a decent amount of time. Not for a whole mile, but do you think he fucking runs? Like, the way he fucking talks, dude. Do you think he fucking runs? He's lying about running. "Oh, I'm doing the prep work." Every time he runs, he says he gets hurt, bro. He never runs. He's lying. He's the one that's fucking lying. Every time, "I have heart issues, this, makes more excuses than anything, but he'll deny other people's fucking shit. But yeah, Ed Hofer is fucking here right now. This dude's way worse than Abe. For reference, if you want a perp reference, a lot of the stuff I'm talking about Abe is conspiracy. That's what I suspect of him. This guy is fucking knee deep in gang stalking, dude. Knee deep in gang stalking. It's just at this point, I call targeted patent a fake TI. Uh, unless you're working with your brother, guy, like, you are real, because your brother is one of the most prolific, famous gang stalkers. Like, he's worse than Nerve Gorilla. Okay, Nerve Gorilla, I don't know what he was a part of, but I believe he was a part of a mass hack. Like, bro, he had the knowledge. He put out those porn links, the Von Dot Monster porn links. So basically, in 2020, right before Nerve Gorilla came into the scene of the community, there was German comments being left in on every video I was watching, every video on the whole website. It'll be like Von Vuner's boobs Von dot monster. The link was called Von, like literally Von VON dot monster was the link. And it would go to a fucking like some cheap weird porn site that was fake with like a naked woman, and it was just a completely fake porn site, but it was to capture your IP and just it was a mass hack. Right after that, and there was in videos that I watched like gym videos, like gym bro, like workout videos, like fucking Greg Doucette, and it was in those type of videos. It was also in every single gang stalking video. Then Nerve Gorilla comes in. He has the fucking, he knows those type of people. I'm not saying he specifically knows how to do the whole operation. He could learn it and do it himself though, like easily. If he didn't know it already, he's that smart. But he knows those type of people. I don't know if he was working with law enforcement. But yeah, Ed's worse, and I'll tell you why. This dude was on he was scanning my fucking IP address at my apartment, and he was trying to blackmail me for looking at porn. He came into the thing, he's like, "Oh, you like looking at this porn site?" I forget what the site was, but it was like a site where women, it's like an exhibition site where women flash their tits and shit, basically. So it's women that flashing their fucking tits and shit in public, like. But he's like, "Oh, you like that fucking type of porn?" And I'm not gonna say which type of website it was, but at that time, I was looking at that website a lot, and you can scan if you have someone's IP address. You can do what's called an IP scan, and it's gonna list all their search history, all of their website on a command prompt. So that's what basically he did. They were inside my computer, fucking just stopping me. Like, dude, it was an entire operation. Now, I won't accuse Ed of this, but this was happening at the same time, and it's completely stopped. Where I went through 4 Walmart cell phones, okay, where eventually they would do something where the phone wouldn't charge. So they would do something internally in the coding where the charging would be super slow or it wouldn't charge. So I would go out and buy all these fucking USB cords, and I would think it's the broken USB cords. And I buy a new phone and it would work perfectly with the old cords and everything. So I went through like 3 Walmart phones. It didn't cost that much because, you know, that was a heavy financial sabotage phase. Like, dude, you get hit with a kitchen sink. Like, this is how you tell I'm a real TI from a fake one. Like, yeah, I recall some memories because I got a lot going on as far as like I'm not sitting back and like thinking about this shit. And I'm gonna make a live stream. I'll probably say it on this live stream, but I'll make a separate one. How you can protect yourself. One word for TIs to fucking protect themselves, and it's called Timu. Okay, Timu. Real quick, Timu, you can get bug scanners, you can get Wi-Fi cameras, everything's cheap on there. But going back to the story, completely forgot what I was saying. Like, you can tell, okay, you can tell a real TI because there's stages in targeting that last between at least 6 to 8 months to a year and a half, 2-3 years. I don't know because I'm still 5 years in, so maybe a little bit longer. Where it's every day sabotage harassment. Okay, vandalism. Yeah, some people don't say they don't get it, and I believe they do it in the beginning. See, I've gotten grief about like socks and shit. Like some motherfucker put holes in my fucking brand new socks that I never wore. Not one pair, literally the whole pack. So they do shit like that. So when you talk about it, you just sound discredited. Like these are psychological break-ins. But yeah, sometimes people are wrong. And then people like Young Steel, he's a part of the mind control element. So he kind of convinced me, oh yeah, they put holes in my socks, holes in my clothes. That is not common, bro. That is not happening throughout your entire targeting, like Young Steel said. Like that is something that a perp might do, like as a side little thing. Like he has a main thing to do. Is like just go in there and fuck with them, and then that's one of the things they do. That specific perp, like that is not a mainstream, like holes in the clothes and shit. Because I've had clothes for years. That's when I noticed when it was happening. Because, dude, I'm the type of person, I'll buy clothes and I'll put it in my closet for like 2-3 years and then wear old clothes. Then I throw away the old clothes and then I have a whole bunch of fresh new clothes. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't waste. So, like, I'll have stuff in my closet and there's nothing that happens to clothes in your closet, bro. There's like, oh, there's this myth that white people fucking promote, like Abe. And I'm not making fun of all white people. I'm just saying these fucking skeptic fucking pricks that try to get people locked up in mental institutions because they want to fucking enslave them, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, man, oh yo, brand new clothes, yeah, they always get holes and strings get pulled out of them. Yeah, that's normal. I mean, that's what happens to clothes, man. What do you mean? Like, no, that's not what happens. I mean, unless you have to prove it, like Nerve Gorilla says, yeah, you have to fucking catch it on camera. But best believe, man, I've had clothes sitting out brand new and they don't just get destroyed and markings and shit all over. And that's not common. That's not happening. Because out of 5 years, that happened for the first 2 months, okay? And that the first apartment. Because they try to hit you with everything. So you get hit with everything. So going back to what I'm talking about, there's periods of time that last for a year and a half where it's like, dude, you're like fucking paralyzed financially in life, and it's just like stuff you can talk about. So we're talking about, oh yeah, like they used to always slash my tires, they used to always do this and that, blah 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 blah. Like, oh yeah, I went through all of these car problems all at the same time. Like for me, I would fix something and then as soon as I'll fix a battery, the battery goes out. Then when you fix the battery, the next day, like two of your tires are fucking slashed or some shit, or like there's something else that's completely different wrong. The very next day, that's not how cars work. Like let's say you have an alternator, you put the new alternator, your fuel pump doesn't go out the next fucking day. Like it takes a little bit of time for the fuel pump to go out. So like I just put the new alternator, oh the fuel pump went out, and it would be like multiple things like that. And it's like when I fix a car now, it's like I just fix it once and then I drive for a little bit and it works unless they didn't fix it. Because the thing that you pay to fix, they actually do fix it. Then you go home, it drives, it works, you park your car. Then the next day you wake up, there's another mechanical issue like that needs to be immediately fixed right then and there. You can't drive the fucking car. And it's unrelated to fucking what you just fixed. And then people just say, oh, well, that's just normal. That's just normal. But you know how fucking cars work. Like, I used to beat the shit out of cars delivering pizza. And as long as you get oil changes, man, like, you can pretty much do anything to a car. Like, it's not this fragile thing that people, when you're targeted, they make it seem like it's this fragile origami, paper fucking mache, fucking, like, poorly built thing, dude, that breaks every second. Conveniently, when you get money, oh, I just finally got $600 in my bank account. Oh, I have to fix my car again. Wow. Like, bro, there's periods like that. So these fake TIs never go through that. And then they gaslight you. Oh, and I'm not speaking on old Carrot Top. I'm talking about the other people in the algorithm. Like these people come online, and then this is why I made the live stream on subversive awareness. I don't mean to knock his hustle, right? But he's filming gang stalking with body cams, with dash cams. Like he's just full spectrum gang stalking. Like it's happening so bad that's what gang stalking is. Like, yes, you do get followed everywhere by cars, and but there's times you don't. For you to have body cams, like I encourage TIs to get dash cams. Ever since I got my dash cam, all that craziness I was complaining about the kamikaze drivers stop. Like, dude, it'll be in 1 mile, 4 people just jump in front of my car like I'm invisible, and it's just like, I believe this is real, guys. I believe that there's car accident agents part of the program, that they're hiring drug addicts and they're just like wreck his car, do it. They do it in a specific way so they don't get in trouble, and it's like You know what I'm saying? So, like, so Abe left a comment. Didn't you hit someone the other day? Oh, you talking about the fucking white idiot that came to a complete halt break? Literally, fucking came to a complete halt break. What's that shit called? Like when you brake check somebody, like, and then try to lie and get a fucking insurance claim when there was not even one scratch on her fucking car, and my car hasn't been running since that. I've been fucking out of commission. Oh, that lady that tried to do fucking insurance fraud, she didn't even get paid for. She didn't even have a fucking scratch. She said she was okay. And then after the fact, oh, I have a whole bunch of hospital bills, even though there was no accident. You brake checked, you someone tapped your bumper, there was not even a fucking paint scratch. I mean, if anything, it was a $500, $1,000, no, like a $500 paint job. If anything, my car got fucking destroyed. You said you're okay, and then you try to get insurance money because you went to the doctor after the fact because you're a con artist. Oh, that scumbag. Like, these people are literally getting in car accidents on fucking purpose to get money. So she probably got caught on camera because there's probably cameras there, and they fucking denied it. Like, this bitch tried to milk it. Like, I'm sure they gave her an offer too. Like, they're gonna give you an offer, probably like $5,000, $7,000 or something. No, too greedy. They're like, fuck that. They probably send like private investigators and shit. Like, people are stupid. They just think that like insurance companies write out $100,000, $1,000,000 checks. Like, bro, they send investigators and shit to see if you're really hurt and fucking like calculate everything. They're not stupid, dude. Like, you're not gonna brake check or get in a fucking little fender bender and become a millionaire, dog. Like, that's the people that do that shit need to be fucking sued, basically. Defamation. But anyways, going back to the fucking story, there is a mind control fucking, not the story, the topic. There's a mind control element of gang stalking, of coming online and people trying to trick you to film everything and show your fucking face to get you fucking in trouble. Targeted Tony was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? He's probably the biggest influencer. You're like basically an FBI targeted individual influencer. Okay, you're a social media influencer, and you're trying to influence people to advocate. Now, oh, you know who's the biggest one? I give Abe grief. And again, I do not hate Abe. I do not want to call him a fake Ti. I do not want to even talk about him. But when he does this sneaky snake possum act where I make a mistake and then he pounces like, oh, tries to redirect all the fame from the Ti from everybody to him as like some type of perp distraction shit. Like, nah, yeah, I'm not gonna play that. But he's absolutely not the fucking worst. Like, the biggest perp that's of this mind control shit is Tragic Magic. Are you guys familiar with Tragic Magic, the King Manta weird guy? That guy wants to like fuck King Manta and wear his skin, dude. It's weird. But he's like, why did you guys making noise? Why aren't we talking about this? We need to make noise, yo. Like, he wants us to go out and advocate. Yo, people are showing up and coughing and snitch and scratching noses. Like, bro, what am I advocating? I'm not advocating anything, but what do I want to stop out of this whole thing? I want people to stop breaking into my house, like to spy on me, follow me, stop following me. That's not happening like that often, but there is like a GPS surveillance on me still. Stop doing weird shit with planes, please. But I can't really complain about that. But the main thing is break-ins, stop fucking up my cars, leave me alone. Okay. If you're doing those things, whatever. If I'm in public and you want to wear a red shirt, I'm not trying to advocate, oh, no one should be wearing red shirts around me. I'm not doing that weird shit. And I want that for you too. Stop breaking into other people's fucking houses, setting up whatever you're setting up. Stop fucking keying people's cars. Stop fucking following them. Basic shit. That's what I'm advocating for, okay, with this channel. He wants you to go out, talk about nose scratches. Oh, yeah, people follow me. They cough, they scratch their nose. They do this, they do that. They're called perps. They're called gang stalkers. Like, dude, who's gonna care about that? Like realistically, as many years as we've been getting gang stalked, who's gonna fucking be like, oh my gosh, you're being gang stalked, buddy? Like, let me stop watching the news about Epstein and Trump and these distractions and worry about what you got going on because I've never cared about you. I never heard of you. But I'm gonna stop what I'm doing to care about you right now because you said gang stalking and you're talking about nose scratches and red cars and white headlights. And even me talking about the vandalism. I get it. It sounds silly. I get it. Car scratches. I get it. I fucking get it. Right. But to have that expectation that people are gonna drop what they're doing, they're gonna get into a civil right posture like fucking you're Martin Luther King and march down the fucking streets of Birmingham, Alabama to for change. Like that's not gonna fucking happen. The only change we can do is become viral as TIs as much as we can, or not viral, but as popular as you can on social media, bring as many clicks and awareness to it. That's the big tidal wave. A lot of people know about gang stalking and government harassment because of Donald Trump and all the shit in the news and shit. You know, people for a long time, he was being targeted. I'm not going to lie. He was still being targeted. I don't like Donald Trump, but he was still being targeted by the fucking DOJ and all that shit. Like they were trying to lock him up. So I don't know. It's a weird ass reality we live in. Uh, I still don't side with the Democrats because the Democrats would never release Epstein files. So like for them to act like they care, it pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie. Like that shit does piss me off because they're not trying to release it. They want to fucking keep it secret too. But if it makes them look good, they'll pretend like that's what Trump's doing. They're the same as Donald Trump. They're identical. They wear black rimmed glasses and act like little nerds. They're the same. They line their pockets just like Trump lines their pocket. They just lie about it and seem like little nerds about it. That's it. They're the same fucking beast. But he was still targeted. And I think he did some things to end targeting. Like I'm noticing less drones. So that's something that Abe will discredit. Oh, those weren't drones that were fucking you were showing. Or those weren't, non-planetary stars or whatever. Those were like some type of satellite drone, whatever you want to call it, right? Those weren't those. No. And I'm not talking about that now because it's not fucking happening. Like the skies are clear. I still see some like twinkling little things that are far away that I could claim are drones, but they're not following me. They're not showing up bright and fucking in my face at every work location, every fucking house I live at, where it's like perfectly symmetrically aligned to my fucking body everywhere I fucking went. That stopped. That fake Jupiter crap. I don't fucking come on here. No, it's still going on. Ever since that New Jersey shit, it seems like Trump has stopped that. Because I believe those drones were from the fusion center and they're surveilling everybody, you know? So they're still using drones, but they're using it for real crimes because he defunded it. Okay. So he was doing good for a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Until he did Project, I think Trump, I'll be honest with you, the CIA, the left wing CIA, infiltrated his camp and they signed him up for Project 2025 with these ICE raids to fucking make him look bad. And he thinks he's like making America great again, but he has someone that's making his plan that works for the left. It's like a rigged plan. So what he should have done was like build the wall. He should have said that he was going to do all these ICE raids and then be like, all right, to compromise with the Democrats, I'm just going to build that wall that I was originally going to do. And the Democrats would have took that deal. But I think that would have been the better plan because we do have to do something about immigration. Like it was ridiculous. But I don't believe in these ICE raids and these fucking what they're doing. It's to make his legacy look bad. All he had to do was just get in as president, win the election, and just chill. He could have even been a lame duck president and just fucking line his pockets quietly. That's all he had to do. So I believe Project 2025 was actually a setup, and he took it. And they because these people they gang stalked him. They know all his inside information. Because before he got an election, before the fake shooting, He was a targeted individual, and he was doing things to stop the targeting low key, little bit. Okay, he couldn't do everything, but he even said in a press conference, "Says I was targeted." Like these people know these terms because of people like me and other TIs. But when I talk about myself, is because for a small channel, I got my voice out there. But there's other TIs too. These Republicans know about gang stalking because we were making noise about it. That's how you bring a stop to it. But to go to people, because this is what's going to happen. This is what Tragic Magic and these gang stalking cult members, they want you to go to people in the street, and then they're going to deny your gang stalking, and then you're going to get violent, and then you're going to make TIs look like fucking crazy people. So if anyone brings up targeting, they get mad about it. Like the TI gets mad if you don't believe them, and they attack you physically, and they're going to associate TIs with basically terrorists. Okay, you're putting a face to the name, and then the people in the background control the narrative. Oh, these group of people talking about gang stalking, yeah, they're terrorists. They're part of a cult. They're playing you guys like a fiddle, okay? And these mind control cults, they use tarot. The Freemasons have infiltrated gang stalking community. When you're a Freemason, once you graduate Freemasonry, they make you into a cult leader. Like the person that started Rainbow Girls, and like these organizations started in like the late 1900s. Like the guy's name was like Thomas Shoe, Shoe. Like it's these weird names that are like, it'll be like Doug Pennyloafer, and he started the Eastern Star. Like it's like weird ass shit. Like look into these names, right? Like, and then these people that start these organizations, these weird like Boda, they're fucking 33-degree Freemasons, and then they introduce Freemasons to, and it's the same with gang stalking with the tarot card deck, and then the mind control tactics, the group persuasion tactics that these perps use, where they persuade whole groups to have a hive mind thinking. Okay. And fucking they generate these plans, and that's what absent-minded Abe is doing. That's why I bring him up. He's part of a group. That's why he brings that shit up. Everything he does, he projects onto you, because I don't know the psychology behind. I knew it before. I'll try to kind of wing it right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like, all right, so let's say he's a racist white supremacist, right? And I'm not saying that's true, okay? I'm just using this as an example because that's the only example I can think of. Well, no, let's say this. He says that you're a black magician, right? He'll call you a black magician, right? He's like, he's a black magician. He's into the dark arts, but secretly he's the one doing it, okay? And the reason why he does that is to see if you say, no way, Abe, you're the black magician because of XYZ. So you list out what you know. That's called intel. That's what I'm talking about. So the white supremacy, he's not a white supremacy. That was a bad example. We'll say black magician, right? So Abe comes out. He's like, Tommy's a black magician. He's a black fucking wizard. He's an African American wizard. He practices witchcraft. Blah, 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 blah. And I come on as Tommy later in my video as a response. No, wait, Abe. You're the black magician. You're the one that's wearing the pentagram. You're the one that had the picture in the background of the upside down cross in this video. Here, look, I took a screenshot. That's called intel. That's gauging what I know, okay, about his operation. Okay, so he provokes you, and then he uses projection so you can respond and give this detailed response, and that's called intel. Well, this is what the target knows. This is his intellect level. This is how he's able to see. This is the parts of our psyop that we need to refine. This is what he's calling out, and then his people that work in the background, they're taking notes. So there's this bullet point, this bullet point, this bullet point, this bullet point. Okay, it's not that complicated. These people hire people from like Singapore, and they fucking transcribe. So they'll hire someone for like $2 an hour in Singapore, and he's like some college kid or something, and they'll take notes on, oh, watch this video on Matrix of Code. It's about an hour long. I want you just to give me general notes. And these people get these notes, and then they have their psychological warfare specialists come in and fucking craft the new fucking thing. Look what this guy does. He praises Stephen Marlowe. He calls people like Scott Snitcher real, like these obvious fucking fakes that never show you. Look at evidence, right? And if they have a military background, they're automatically real. But he praises people like Stephen Marlowe. He's praised, I think, 2 fucking shooters since I've been on here. I know one of them, Stephen Marlowe. Okay. Stephen Marlowe, sir, my hero. You know, this is why he takes his videos down. Like, one reason that, if you want to call him real, why he takes it down, he doesn't want people to clip him. He has a lot of trolls and shit and people that mess with him, so he doesn't want people to clip him. I get that. But another reason is, like, you can call, like, you see how I'm just fucking dumping all this intel on him. I can recall his videos, make fucking review videos on what he said, and it goes with every one of my points. But if he has those videos down, he can create a lie. He's like Donald Trump. He's trying to control the narrative with a kingdom of lies, like Donald Trump. Okay. And again, he's not the worst fucking person on here. He could be a fucking undercover perp. He could be a white hat perp. He could be pretending to be a perp. So the perps that are pretending to be TIs contact, like, I like what you're doing here. You know, who are you working for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He could be a white hat perp. You know, maybe that's why spiritually I give him more of the benefit of the doubt. But like, people like subversive awareness, man, these are the mind control where it's like you give subversive awareness the benefit of the doubt. Okay. He seems like he would be an honest dude, but when you watch his videos, it's like, yeah, you say a lot of the jargon, you say a lot of the lingo, but it seems like you're trying to sell me on this gang stalking. Like, you're selling gang stalking. You're pointing your camera at stuff and you're selling a lifestyle to people online, how they should live their lives, filming and documenting every single little thing. Not just filming, hey man, if you're claiming to be a TI, throw some gang stalking evidence just so we know you're real. Otherwise, you know, we just don't give a fuck. We honestly don't. But it'd be nice to see some evidence. But other than that, do what you want. No, they're promoting, and this is part of Ed Hofer. Don't you get it? This is all part of this. This is part of LARP roleplay, mixed reality, portal game world play. Okay. Where they do gang stalk you, but it's part of a larger scheme. Like, you are getting the tactics, and I'm not saying like the wallpaper thing, like, just disregard shit like that. I'm talking about the real stuff that's like concrete that I show on the channel. That's like, all right, yeah, dude. Mm-hmm. Every rental car is getting keyed up. I mean, I have before and after pictures. Neighbors fucking hate me. Uh-huh. Yep. Nope. Can't say nothing because everyone fucking just says you're fucking crazy, that your items get destroyed and it's just magic. Yep. Mm-hmm. But yeah, vandalism isn't a really huge big deal in targeting, but they're all part of this shit, right? I thought it was. It is. It does happen. Don't get it twisted, guys. It does fucking happen. But these other TIs make it seem like, and you can get paranoid where it's like, oh fuck, every time I go to work they're breaking in my fucking house. But even though when I look back they weren't, but it's not your fucking fault, because if you never learned this stuff online, okay, this stuff is about this, okay? This is about getting a normal fucking person. It doesn't matter if they have a little bit of mental illness, or if they're perfect, or if they're not, or if they're a loser or a winner. They're a normal American human. They're not hurting nobody. They don't have major hallucinations or delusions. They just live in reality. You turn that normal person, now they're delusional, okay? Quote unquote, because of the gang stalking, like, because they believe, like for example, for me, looking at that wallpaper, now everyone can say something like, "Oh, you have a fucking delusional disorder, buddy," and But this is the point, though. It's not about mental illness or not. It's about the transformation of a normal, regular person into this quote unquote targeted individual, hybrid schizophrenic. So half of it's TI, half of it is, yeah, they really are being gang stalked. But the schizophrenia part is how the public views that person because they're being gang stalked, not because they're schizophrenic. They're viewed falsely as schizophrenic because of the situation they were put in through maybe seeing some patterns, going onto Google, YouTube, learning they're being quote unquote gang stalked, then continuing to see the algorithmic patterns of reality. Okay. And then having these agents implant mind control that FedEx, and I'll give you examples, guys, unproven shit. And some people did it by mistake, but they did it. Okay. They did it worse than what I just did the other night. The FedEx. Oh, FedEx follows you. If you see a FedEx, I see FedEx trucks everywhere. I see UPS trucks everywhere. Remember when I told you that story? I lived in Raleigh next to a UPS distribution hub. Like literally the warehouse. There was also a FedEx little mini one next to it, but it was like you would see trucks running out of there. Like one time I was at a light and like they would constantly, their UPS trucks, their fleets would leave at the same time multiple times a day. So sometimes you'll see like 10 UPS trucks. And I might have even joked one time, like, took a picture, like, I'm being gang stalked by UPS. And it would have looked like that because I was literally living a quarter mile, half mile from the UPS distribution center. So before I even lived there was a FedEx truck that I seen a few times. But way before I moved there, take that out of your brain, I saw a FedEx truck at my old apartment before that. And I was like, because I heard someone say it online, I automatically assumed that FedEx driver was a fucking gang stalker, and I filmed him, bro. So think about that. You're a normal person. Now you're a person filming everywhere you go. That is a huge, drastic change, and that is not an organic mental illness. Someone led you there. You were led to the gang stalking conspiracy. And then you were fucking reinforced with agents because you thought these were normal fucking people like you that would never make shit up or have false beliefs that they strongly push onto the internet. Like, yes, I've had false beliefs, but did I strongly push them? Do I believe them years later? No. I try to fucking reason and figure out what's fucking real, what's fake. And I fucking even apologize for misinformation that was by accident. It's difference between misinformation, which is accidental, and disinformation, which is purposeful. So these people, this is part of, and this is the military aspect. This is the secret of gang stalking, guys. This is what I want you to understand. Gang stalking is about creating mass shooters. Okay. This is about people having as many people in a dull mind control state where you can be activated because these narratives are meant to rile you up, like the targeted Tonys, is the big ones, and activate you into where whatever you see enough red shirts. There could be an event where it's National Red Shirt Day for AIDS awareness, and then every TI gets, well, out of the 10,000 TIs, 5% of them get activated and they go out and kill a person each. Like that's what they're doing. Like people that were mass shooters, like some of them were mentally ill psychopaths, all of them are sick people. Some of them were mind controlled and influenced to do this. Now when 9/11 happened, yeah, Manchurian candidates. When 9/11 happened, guys, there were normal people that were white, black, that were looking at ISIS material, and they would get arrested and they would show up on the news. Every person that looked at the ISIS material or that whatever the Taliban material websites and that got, like, basically if you go on those websites, you got like feds would show up. You get gang stalked. That's real. That's real gang stalking. Like you deserve it because they're on those websites, they're ran by feds first and foremost, but they're talking about like killing people and shit. So these people will watch like sick stuff that ISIS did. I'm not going to name it, right? But look at them when they got arrested. Their eyes look like mind control zombies. Like I would notice that every single one of them, then the mugshots, their eyes would be wide open. And it's like, I understand there's sick people that would join whatever. I'm not gonna name it, but join that sick group. And but they would like think about some of their mugshots, they'd be ashamed, they'd be angry, okay, mad that they got arrested, ashamed, uh normal faced. These people, dude, all of them bug-eyed, mind control. I won't even say drugged, completely hypnotized, dude. Okay. So what happened was, for some of these people were organic, but I think some of these people were brainwashed somehow online by these websites, by the whatever. And sometimes these people promoted conspiracies. These websites where there's Arabic and the people are wearing black. Okay. I don't even like saying the name, right? They promote conspiracies about the fractional reserve bank and shit like that, dude. Zionism. So, is there a way that they're mind controlling people through the internet and then studying them and then dispersing some gang stalking tactics to keep it going? Possibly. But these fucking mind control agents, they want you. And you know what else is a mind control? Directed energy. Now, I think it's real, but there's a mind control element to directed energy. Oh, your neighbor's doing it. Like Abe tried to convince me when I said that, because I told the story where my fucking tooth hurt, like because I broke a tooth, and it literally felt like directed energy. But I broke it too because it would vibrate from every inch of my mouth. So it was starting the top half, top right, back right, bottom middle. But it would just vibrate, vibrate, vibrate. So it'd be like 10 vibrations. Then it would fucking go to different spots in my mouth. And then some guy showed up at a gas station when I was working at Circle K. He was one of the fucking like vendors that fix shit like HVAC or whatever. He was like a fucking young white dude. He was pointing his phone at me, and then my mouth started hurting. And I came online and I'm like, yeah, you got to be careful, because I told that story online. And he said, how do you know? He was doing directed energy. Abe wasn't even fucking there. He didn't even know how I hurt my tooth. He just heard that someone was pointing a phone at me and that it was directed energy. He didn't give a fuck that I broke my tooth. He didn't even know about it or care. He just said, yeah, he did it. He did it. He was hitting you with directed energy. He was trying to get me to attack people. These people are fucking criminal pieces of garbage that are lying. And he comes on here like he takes my shtick of starting beefs with people. Okay. He takes my shtick of doing that. And then he comes online and he starts beefing with all the TIs, like how I would beef with real grievances, but it's all to mind control you, to go to his channel because he's the best TI and he's the only real TI. Have you noticed that pattern? Like Oceanside, you need to take that guy's fucking dick out your mouth, man. Like you're definitely working with him when you fucking just like, I understand, yeah, he's a fucking entertaining dude to watch. I don't really watch his videos as much now. I catch a video here and there. I used to watch a lot of his videos because his videos were good a couple years ago. But like, fuck, dude, like you're definitely working with him, man. You're only in his chat and in my chat, dude. Like, come on, bro. And he's fucking, and according to my knowledge, he can say the same about me. But there was a turning point where it just seemed like he got hired to fucking discredit me. It may not always been like that, but there was a turning point where it's like, all right, this dude joined the dark side. He started hating all targets. And his main mission was to fucking only come online, delete the channel, then come back to discredit Matrix Decoder. Now he can say, well, I deleted my channel. Now you're talking shit on me. Well, not only are you doing the stuff I said earlier where you play possum and then you try to redirect traffic to your channel, you also are attacking me with sock accounts and fucking do that little condescending shit. So that gives me right to bring your name up, dude. Like, yeah, if you weren't doing that, then yeah, then you can be like, you're being a creep, blah, 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 blah. No, dude, you're a real fucking intel officer on here. If you're really an intel officer, Masad little creep. Like, dude, I would love to throw a monkey in your fucking gears, monkey wrench in your gears, and jam things up. I have no respect for you if you're a fucking disinformation agent. Like, I'm not gonna be cordial with you and fucking like kumbaya with you, bro. Like, yeah, I'm trying to fuck your life up online as much as I can. As long as you're attacking my channel, it's fair game. If you treat me the at least the mutual respect that I treated you, then I back off like I did 6 months ago for a long fucking time. And you were cool for a long time. Then you had to do that sneaky little shit. Yeah, well, everything he said's fake. Come on to Papa Abe Farms for your Gangstalking needs. Nah, we're not doing that. Because I've given you plenty of fucking credit. But you use it as a psychological manipulation psyop where you're literally crafting and brewing psychologically ways to play possum and do this sneaky shit. Dude, it's fair game for as long as I'm online. Okay. Dude, he literally, that's how much you fucking, I say you got his dick in his mouth and you start putting eggplants. Like, that's how much you're paid to support Abe, dude. You're just pure astroturf. You're literally his Bora Bora. I'm sorry, dude. I've never laughed at my own joke. I think ever. I had to, dude. You are fucking Bora Bora to his gang stalking Doctor de facto, bro. Bora Bora, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Bora Bora. Thank you for the donation. Bro, you're literally Bora Bora, bro. You're like, no one sees you as an organic human. Like, you're just a fucking government spook. And he's even and he used to always, Ocean says, I think you're FBI. Every time Abe talked about the FBI, you would show up in his fucking live streams. But yeah, man, I need to start wrapping this shit up pretty soon. My phone's dying, but I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. I just really want to drill this point that the mind control funnel, okay, it's not fuck all this shit, and that's not to discredit any of it. But I think directed energy, it's real, but this is the background theory. I think there's voodoo and witchcraft, and that these people implant directed energy stories, then they do witchcraft to your fucking picture. Okay, we know real directed energy is real, right? But I'm just saying this is what I think is going on YouTube a little bit here. Okay, not to discredit anybody. I'm just saying they they know a secret way to give you pains, right? Whether it's whatever way, right? And then they fucking implant directed energy, and then they use that as a platform to mind control you. Like, oh, it's your neighbor, it's the cops, so you get shot up by cops. It's that little girl, you know. And then they have these people because these directed energy targets. They have these people fucking flooding their inboxes and shit, and they're pretending to be other TIs, but it's really mental health physicians that want to see if you're a mass shooter. Or is he a danger? He's getting hit. Like, dude, think about this. If you think you're getting hit with directed energy and you think people are doing it, like, what is the likelihood more that you're gonna hurt somebody than someone that thinks they're being followed? Like, as far as what the mental health psychology community thinks, not what I think or what do you think, what they think. Oh, I don't believe in directed energy. That's a whatever mental illness. Yeah, he's gonna hurt someone. That's what I'm saying. That's why they want you talking about this shit. And then you have people like subversive awareness. And I don't think he's a perp. Okay. I think there's an opportunity for a good TI channel. But when you're fucking hoaxing stuff, I take that more personal than anything fucking Abe does. He's an intel officer. I know what he's capable of. Okay. When you're coming on here swinging your little tiny nuts around, and you're literally just pointing your camera at everything. It makes us look bad. I'm not trying to fucking discourage you from doing it, but I try to ask questions. Like, he had a video, and we're probably not on good terms, but he had a video, and I'm like, what am I looking at? And I know I sounded like a dick, but it's like he filmed nothing. Like, what is the tactic? Who's hurting you? How do you know they're gang stalkers? Like, you can't just, even TIs that are mentally ill, like Night Tiger Jedi, doesn't do shit like that. Come on, nigga. Even Night Tiger Jedi, Karate Kid ass, fucking doesn't do shit like that. He doesn't look at every single fucking person and think they're fucking gang and just say, "Oh, look." That's a little too much, guys. Like, sorry. That's worse than alternative homesteading, which she's really bad. Like, I have to agree with Abe. Like, yeah, I believe those things are real. When there's a dead animal, that's why I don't like Abe right there. Like, the lady had a dead animal in her fucking mailbox. So what did she do? Put a dead animal in her own mailbox, dude? Like, that's how you know Abe is a fucking perp. A woman that's alone, yeah, she's annoying sometimes. And I don't watch her channel. She's kind of she's a nice lady, but it's not her channel's not my cup of tea. She's an older ass lady. I can't even watch it. There's a lot of channels I can't watch, but it's not a bad channel. But she had a fucking neighbor yell at her, stuff a dead animal, some other stuff that seemed pretty legit. And this guy has nothing, and he gets to fucking attack her. He's fucking a perp, and he has eyes on people's houses, bro. Like, dude, I swear, he's the chief handler. The chief handler that's doxing everyone is Abe. I saw his reflection in one of his videos he took down. He doxed someone, and I saw his fat, retarded little fucking fingers, pig fingers, and that was him, dude. It was at like his brother's house or something during that time. And he tried to dox everyone because that's what he does, dude. He takes it too far. Like, he takes it too far, not on a, oh, you're such a horrible human being level, but as a TI level, it's like, dude, you're like the biggest perp on the fucking planet. Just stop calling other people out, dude. Just stop it. You're done. Like, you've crossed over at this point. And he's doing this shit where he embraces his narcissistic side. This is something that they learn in the occult, where like you do bad shit and you just let it's like part of the journey or some bullshit, right? Fuck the post office. This dude worked for the police, knee deep in his targeting. Dude, he also had an interview with the FBI in the middle of his targeting. And it's like there's no, you know, this is all distractions. It's distractions, dude. Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, man. Your brother is a gang stalker. I mean, just clear as day. He was friends with your brother. Like, yeah, I was cool with your brother for a little bit, but it was only on YouTube. Like, me and you were beefing, and I wasn't completely, I wasn't sure he was a gang stalker. Like, I thought you both were at one point. So I wasn't cool with your brother, but you might have seen comments of like he was just basically liking all my content, and then I might have liked his comments and shit. I don't even know if I really replied to him. So if you've seen that, that's what I mean by like we were like, you know, if someone likes your content and you don't think they're a gang stalker, I mean, you do it too, Patton. Like, you just fucking roll with it. You're nice to him back. I understand that shit, but I was never like, I've never contacted your brother. I've actually exposed your brother. Didn't I just tell you? Oh yeah, Patton, you probably missed this. Your brother, he did an IP scan in 2023 in my apartment when I was going through the heavy hacking and the heavy gang stalking harassment from Nerve Gorilla, and I think there was other people involved. Like, they were literally stopping every one of my door dashes. Like, I would have to reset my phone every time I pulled up to the person's house, not the restaurant, the house. So I'd be sitting out in front of people's houses for 5 minutes and they'll be texting me like, dude, what are you doing? I want my food. give me my food. It was on purpose. It was just to fucking make me look stupid. That's how much they hacked me and how much I was being fucking surveilled through my electronics. Like they had like a literal law enforcement plan to stop me. Like I can literally, oh, this is part of the scheduled plan to stop me. So with the Shift Smart, they used to fucking like not let me clock in and they used to shut my GPS down. That's something that I believe Nerve Gorilla did. So I'll be driving to Pennsylvania from North Carolina and my GPS would be shut down, but everything else would work. YouTube would work, the browser would work, but the GPS signal would be lost. It would say signal lost, and it would just zoom in and out on Google Maps. So it would zoom really close to the dot, then zoom really far, zoom really close, and there'll be I have to park my car. Like it was ridiculous, dude. And so going back to it, and it was your brother, so I traced it back to him. Is he does all the fake accounts. So he came in a live stream. He's like, hey, when you gonna stop jerking off to this website? And he lists some porn website that I visit. So it's like an exhibition female porn website. Fucking bitches showing their tits in public and shit like that. So he's trying to shame me for looking at porn. What's it called? Like he's like fucking trying to like blackmail me, basically. Not literally, but you know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean by that. Like you're literally hacking me, and then that's some gang stalking, police intelligence type work, dude. Okay. And you know what? I took a screenshot of it, and I believe it was one of the screenshots that got deleted. I did take a screenshot of it, but like those screenshots that I have of certain things that was just like crucial. They weren't like, if you look at it now, it's like, oh, that proves everything, but they got deleted from my devices. Can you guys hear me? Okay, never mind. Yeah, but no, 100%, dude. When I call someone a gang stalker, it's not me calling Abe a gang stalker. When I'm talking about Abe, it's conspiracy, it's theories. It's not hardcore. When I'm talking hardcore, like Ed Hofer is hardcore a gang stalker in your fucking face. I don't even call a Nerve Gorilla one. Like he's hardcore, brazenly in your face. Like I've seen tons of evidence that he's a gang stalker, like tons, for my eyes, which is like a couple things. But hey, yeah, we're cordial, we're cool, but he's a fucking gang stalker. Like he's a part of a network where he's obviously being paid to do this. Okay. So I know Patton's gonna clip this and put in his next video. You can call the thing, but then you're gonna see like a fucking news clip, and then you're gonna hear my voice, and he's gonna like edit it all together. Now Abe's like, oh, see, this is how Abe is a disinformation perp. Now that I'm like fucking extending an olive branch to targeted Patton, you know, we're not friends. We're not calling each other real TIs yet, you know, but we're not fucking like at war. He's gonna be like, oh, Matrix Decoded. I told you he's gonna make a live stream. I told you he's part of Jeep and Black and Red. That's why him and Patton are cool now, and I can never be cool. He'll come up with this fake narrative. It's not that Abe is this jealous 43-year-old that's looking for attention. It's part of a fucking disinformation spellcast fucking perp work. So the Jeep and the Black and Red is just to make him sound like an expert. It's not some ramblings of a madman. It's legit disinformation. He's being trained to do this shit. He's being instructed to do stuff. Like it's that's my opinion. So like I like, dude, I know him like I can read him like a book, because not because I know who Abe is, it's because I know his work. I know exactly what his mindset is. His denial. He's playing a character of jealous TI. Okay. I'm a real target. That's why I'm jealous of these other real targets. So I call them fake so people can pay attention to my story, because I'm real and I need the validation because that's what I was trained in my acting class that I learned before coming online. So he's done it so many times where these like disinformation talking, he sets up traps and like disinfo traps basically. Like one of them was, and this is again, he's really sneaky. This is how I know he's a part of it. Okay, he's like a talking head. He's not doing the hacking. He's not doing the electronic tech work. Like to fuck with me. But this is how I know. Like, dude, he did this elaborate hoax. He said that he was gonna pay me $500 if I can prove that I can edit videos because according to him, I have a team of people that give me the videos that I'm not talented enough to make the videos. So he did this shtick for like a month. So finally, he knew that my personality because he set up a trap. So he knew, oh, he beefs with people. This is the conspiracy underground days. He likes to boast and prove uh, this and that. He set up a trap to get my channel deleted twice, which is my fault. But this is what I'm saying. He sets up disinformation traps that he's not smart or clever enough to think of himself. Or even if he is, he's getting paid to do this. So I go online, I do a live stream, I show my video editor, which I bought through Steam, the gaming app, bought it in 2017. It's called Magic's Video Editor. So I go online, I make a video making fun of Abe, calling him a faggot in the video editor. Then I fucking like upload it live, right? So I'm like, you download the pictures, you do this, you do that. I make a video. He's like, oh, that's some cheap video, blah, blah. After I make the video, my video editing software doesn't work for an entire year. And I'm talking, I uninstall and reinstall Windows 5, 6, 7 times, dude. The thing was working perfectly. And every time it'll say the video codecs are missing or the codecs are missing. So even when it finally started working, the audio wouldn't work. It was an entire year where I couldn't use the video editing software because I showed Abe and he did an elaborate hoax. I'll cash app you $500 if you prove it. So I'm like, where's my $500? And then the other part of the hoax was so I give him the cash app, which has my name attached to it because he was trying to dox me. So I gave him King Mansa's cash app and he never sent the money. And he made up some big story. Oh, I've had some extra money because my friend's daughter had a little girls t-ball league that I'm just making this up, this is paraphrase, but he made this elaborate story how he had the extra money. This is a made up story that I'm saying, but it was something like this. Oh, my friend's daughter had a t-ball tournament and they won $5,000. And since I was a chaperone for his daughter, taking her to the t-ball practice, the father gave me a $500 split. He made up some bullshit. That was something I said. Oh, that's why I have the money for Conspiracy Underground to prove if he can prove it. Dude, he's just bro. And this is how I know it's not that he's an obvious perp. It's not. It's like, dude, he has his ass covered. He has people helping him. Like, wait, watch out for this, Abe. Don't go too far here. Don't go too far down this road here. Pull back. Do this. Dude, I'm telling you, he's a smart guy, but the way he crafts these hoaxes and shit like that, and he's been caught lying how many times? And he calls everyone liars. Like, if he kept his mouth shut and just did his fucking channel, there'd be nobody talking about him. But since he has to be the top TI, the greatest, it's a character. He's playing a fucking character. Like, it's part of they're telling him, well, you're going to pretend to be this TI that thinks he's the best, that he's this lonely 43-year-old, and he's just trying to seek validation through the targeting community, and he's like rehearsing this shit, telling them. He says Abe had videos of mine taken down, then blamed me for striking his channel. Did you strike his channel? I mean, there's some traps he set where I think he was smart enough to do where I didn't care about my channel getting deleted, and he got my channel deleted. It was pretty funny, I'll be honest with you. One of them, I called him the N-word. Yeah. I'm like the new definition of the N word, and then I had his fucking face bumping to like music, and they fucking deleted my channel, dude. It was funny as shit. He also, him and Broken Matrix, but especially him, he has a secret way of getting channels deleted. Like if you mention his name, he has a secret method to get your channel terminated if you put his name into his your video titles. So he has all this insider, and he at that time he was blaming me for having inside YouTube information to be a YouTube insider. I'm telling you, he does the same thing over and over. He projects everything he's doing to see what you know. It's like some type of Mossad tactic. I mean, for a long time, he seemed like a real TI with those stories and all that. Not that his stories were 100% accurate, but he seemed like a real target. Let me check my battery. I gotta plug in my. I got this little portable battery charger, man. It's just like a lifesaver. Um, there's things that I just don't fucking believe. Like I honestly believe he's lying about directed energy. I think he's more a part of setting it up than fucking it happening to him. That's just my opinion. There's no fucking proof of it. I think he's part of like harassing people with it. Okay. But I think the jobs he like dude, he's like a story magician. Like the way he told the stories were to mind control. I think that's the main element of it. He's just really good at telling stories. Like I don't know. I'm just not buying that shit no more. Or I think he was maybe a real target and then he got flipped or something. But he does like basically he does like disinformation where he redirects the blame of the gang stalking. He'll never say who's doing it, and he redirects it to these groups, black and red, and fucking the main people. Like, if you're gonna be talking about people, like you shouldn't really be talking about anybody, but obviously like Freemasons, law enforcement, FBI, uh, things of that nature, right? Whatever you're noticing in your own personal targeting, right? Other than that, when you start introducing black and red color groups, like, dude, this is what I meant to say. I was becoming mind controlled. I was researching black and red. I was looking into if there's secret groups, and because I'm way better at research than him, so I would be able to find that information. I was looking into Adidas, and once I was really believing that shit, and then I just recently realized is like he's using that as a gauge of how much he has control of your mind. Like if you start talking about Adidas and black and red, those are specific things, and if you start associating that with Gangstalk in your channel, for his handlers, for his group, it's like, oh, you're controlling his mind now. It's the same thing with the cult like gang stalking stuff that we learn on here, like how these people act and try to brainwash you, like subversive awareness, if he's a perp. So yeah, and one thing these people do is they call me a cop. I noticed that. I don't know if anyone else saw that. They call me the cop. The reason why they call TIs cops, like for me, is because I'm in good shape and that I try to figure this out. Like I'm not like a normal black guy that's talking about hip hop and not, you know, we know there's a lot of smart black dudes, but I'm just saying the stereotype is that I'm a black dude that I'm supposed to be talking about rap music and pop culture and like girls and bitches and hoes, and that once I'm speaking a certain way and I'm figuring out real psyops that I'm not supposed to figure out because I'm the dumb black guy, they call you a cop or they say you're acting white or you're trying to be white. Like that's what they said. That's what they do. But the main thing is for you other TIs, they're gonna call you a cop because you're doing detective work that needs to be done to protect yourself from people that are fucking potentially trying to attack you. Like what you don't know about gang stalking, yeah, it seems harmless. But what if one day they do some type of blitzkrieg attack where they fucking kill you in your sleep and they drown you like fucking that Malcolm Jamal Warner, like they kill you, they wrap you up in a fucking rug and they drop you in the sea and say you went swimming and you drowned. Like and then all your neighbors like they all were paid to look away and not notice and not that they fucking did it, but they were paid to like don't look outside at this time or whatever. You didn't see that. That's what it's setting you up for the end game. Or they do something where they make it look like a suicide. So that's the worst case scenario. That's not common, but I'm just saying. Yeah, like I've noticed that because they think you're a snitch because you're snitching out their human trafficking. Fuck, I need to rename this. I meant to call this YouTube's gang stalking, human traffic, mind control, human trafficking cult. That's the fucking title that I'm gonna rename this. That we are being trafficked. Fuck, and I forgot to bring that part up, but I'm not going to. It's too late now. But yeah, that's what they're saying. They call me the cop, even though I I come on here and people, oh well, I'm not against police when they're doing their job because I know there's women being raped and they're taking reports down. They're arresting the rapist. There's people hurting kids. They're the ones taking care of shit like that. But yeah, I hate their corruption. But I'm not one of these cop auditors, right? I'm not a cop sucker and I'm not a cop auditor. Okay. I'm not one of these people. We should get rid of the police, but I'm not one of these people. We need to fund them with trillions of dollars and like let them get away with murder. No. I want law enforcement. I want the law to be enforced where serial killers are locked up and murderers are locked up. Call me crazy, right? So I'm not against that, but I'm against the ticket writing and the unnecessary pullovers and people getting hurt. But anyways, the reason why I bring that up is because I have that sentiment. They're like, "Oh, you're a cop," and there's people, they think I'm a conservative too, when that's far from the truth. It's like they just put labels on you. But one label that you will get, and that's a funny label, is you're a victim of law enforcement harassment, of justice system, Department of Justice harassment. And they call you a cop because you start connecting the dots. You should take that as a fucking compliment. Okay. I know you don't like cops targeted pen, but you should take that as a compliment that a regular person is doing so much detective work figuring things out that the people, and that shows their guilt. In the beginning, one of the perps that had a one headlight. Oh, let me tell this story, guys, because this is important. So I used to get the V2K shit, which is basically thoughts, it's not voices, but strong thoughts that aren't yours. So I would get like weird words, like fucking whatever. So one of them was Norse mythology. Okay, I think I was even talking about it in the live streams at that time. This is in 2021, the 13-story apartment. I'm on the 7th story. So the one guy, he had a one headlight GMC Jimmy, 1998 GMC Maroon Jimmy, one headlight completely removed. Like he had one headlight that was attached and one that was a hole. And one of the words that kept popping in my head is Norse mythology, Norse mythology. So his truck he would park his truck purposely under my window in the 7th story where it looked down in the parking lot. And he had a book that said Norse mythology. Keep in mind, this was like a mixed dude, a black dude, light skinned black dude that acted white, that had like gauges, tattoos, fat, probably like 6'2", 230 pounds. And so I would always hear Norse mythology because I thought these people were racist that were fucking attacking me, white supremacists. And that's what they believe in, Norse mythology. And he had a book So I'm looking down my window. He positioned the book, parked his car, and he kept that book on his dash. And it said Norse mythology. Now that same individual, I go in the elevator. He never said a word to me, but he comes up and says this. You ever thought about being a cop? You know, this is when I'm learning about my gang stalking in 2021 when the targeting's happening and I'm doing detective work. I'm researching, I'm setting locks, I'm doing, when you're TI, I'm setting up things. I'm fucking, you're on your P's and Q's. You're looking out, you're trying to solve this shit. And he's like, you ever thought about being a police officer? I'm like, no. I thought you asked because I was big at the time, like I was muscular. But I'm like, I'm not even a person that looks like I would want to be a cop, to be honest, in real life. Like there's things that you can kind of compare to a cop, like, oh, you work out, you clean your house, like stuff like that. You can call me a conservative, like compare me to that. You're a conservative black man because you have a fresh haircut and you clean your house and car. So you're a Republican. That's how people think. So I guess someone could look at me and be like, oh, like you want to be a cop? But that guy wasn't a cop. You know what I'm saying? That guy had no connection to police. I spoke to police because I went to fucking Eternal Affairs and I told him about the gang stalking. And he took it pretty serious. But once he figured out that I'm not trying to get any cops in trouble, there's nothing he could do. So I wasn't trying to get any specific cop in trouble. If I was, they would have like took it to the next level. But I just fucking let him know and walked out. I shouldn't have done that. But what's it called? He was professional. He was concerned, but he didn't like dismiss me as crazy. But maybe he thought I was when I left. But he was pretty cool. But that was the only time I've ever like dealt with the police. The only time I ever called was when the perp was sitting on my porch. He would camp on my porch 3 a.m., sit out there all night, scream on the phone, try to intimidate me, basically camping on my porch and shit, basically getting high on meth. And then I called them and then they tried to ask for my identification and let the guy go. They didn't talk to him. They didn't warn him. They didn't tell him to fucking not do that. They're like, whoa, can we see your ID? So that's the only time I ever called the police. I'm not a big like police fan. I do everything to avoid the police. Even the cop that I talked to, he's like, you don't even look like the type of person that calls the cops. He said that. You know what I'm saying? He said that to me. He's like, you don't even look like the type of person that calls. No offense, like that would be calling the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, because something happened. So it's like, oh no, man. Like I take it as a compliment, but that's something they said. It's like you're a cop because you're not just sitting there and taking it. They're looking at your YouTube channel and what you're doing to collect evidence. That's what they're doing. They're like, damn, this dude's collecting evidence like a detective on us. Like, fuck. And I think that does stop them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when people start believing you. So I encourage that. I'm not telling Subversive Awareness not to film his gang stalking, but when you're hoaxing shit, like there's something going on, man. That's not normal fake TI behavior. The fake TIs, they usually avoid the filming, man. They avoid all the evidence shit. For you to brazenly show us nothing, like we don't have any sense in our heads when we're going through this, it's a form of disrespect and it's suspicious. And I'm gonna call it out. And I think it's, Abe's an intel officer. I think it's worse than Abe, what Subversive Awareness is doing. I'm trying to give him a chance here. But when you fucking slap us in the face and you're filming nothing, like even Candy Grand Prix is autistic. She has her issues. She's self-proclaimed autistic, and even she doesn't film random fucking stuff. And she's another thing is she's trying to get donations because she's homeless so she can get Red Lobster. So she has every incentive to just film nothing. She's homeless. She has nothing to lose. She can pretend everything's gang stalking. She don't even do that. She doesn't even just look. She does it a little bit, but there's some actual patterns to what she's doing. When there's no pattern, you're making us all look fucking bad. And it's really destructive. And are you doing it on purpose? I can't call you out because you're not a dick. So I can't totally fucking call you the fucking shit out. But it's a dick fucking move. It's as bad as you get as far as being a fucking ambassador of the targeted experience. Like you're an ambassador. You're part of an ambassadorship when you're coming online pretend to be this TI, okay? Because even my channel, yeah, I talk about gang stalking a lot, but am I a TI channel? Am I a channel that, oh, I'm a TI? I'm in Joliet, Illinois. Look, oh, like when you're talking like that, when you have that tone, that playful tone, when you're being quote unquote harassed, it's suspicious. It's fucking suspicious, guys. So I'm about to wrap this up. It's good talking to you. I'm gonna miss you guys when I fucking get off YouTube. When these guys get their fucking head out their fucking ass and let me eat on here. No, I don't even care about making money on here, but it's a necessary evil to justify the time payoff, because when you get older and you look back, and I'm not talking about other YouTubers because you guys don't post as much as I do. But when you're posting as much as I do, these long format live streams, spending time editing videos, and you look back, you get older, it's like, damn, dude, like, you're behind the eight ball when it comes to life. You can't just blame that on gang stalking. Like, you spent a lot of time on YouTube. That's some time you could have spent doing something else, dude. So, yeah, not to discourage anybody, but YouTube is such a little YouTube penny pinching fucking platform. Like, yeah, dude, when you're putting out good content, you have a following, and other people are getting paid to do the less than you, you need to be compensated. It's called fairness. Now my channel, yeah, I can't get mad. It's labeled as like a hate channel, as a high risk, non-advertiser friendly channel, right? So I can't get mad about it, but it's like, come on, man. Seriously. But wrapping this up, thanks for coming in. Peace.